Major League Baseball has released a comprehensive list of what the 2020 season is going to look like, and their what new rules and procedures are going to be added for this season. And let's start right into it with the season beginning on July 23rd. And by the looks of it, July 1st is going to be the report date of when that and the abbreviated camp is going to start. So probably 3 to 4 weeks of some sort of spring training to get these guys back into uh, game shape, I guess you could call it. There will be 60 games. That will be how many games is played in this season. The postseason format is going to stay the same that it has been in the wild card era, so since 2012. There'll be 5 playoff teams, uh, three division winners, and the 2 wild card teams. So there's not a single change in the postseason format. But what has been changed, and what some people do not really care for, is the designated hitter, used in both leagues. Is that going to happen? According to this, yes, it will be universal for this year alone, just this year. And the reason they wanted to have the universal DH in this year, and they were bargaining for next year as well, the 2021 season, but they just got it for this one, and that was the sole of not taxing the pitcher too much. Don't want to overwork the pitcher. Don't want to have him pitch and then have him bat 3, 4 times a game. Well, the way pitchers are now, they usually go to the sixth, so yeah, about 2 or 3 times a game, maybe average. But it is entirely possible that the National League goes back to the DH. I would rather prefer pitchers bat. That's just my opinion. Um, but I understand. I like the DH for the sole reason of that it prolongs careers. I mean, look at David Ortiz's career. Look at Albert Pujols' career. Matt Holliday's career. Look at, I mean, you could say Reggie Jackson's career. DH helps, and it also helps people in the American League that can't field, but their bat is too good to take out of the lineup. But I like being able to have that conundrum of this guy's really good on the bat, but he's a liability on defense. Which one would you rather have? I like that conundrum. I like to be able to have that um, dilemma. Um, where will camps take place? It looks like they're going to be in their own ballparks, which I don't know how that's going to be tough for um, the teams and Major League Baseball to work with. I would assume because you have the NHL that has hub cities, NBA's in Orlando for now, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of work on traveling and just keeping everybody in one location. That's kind of what you needed, and this kind of spreads everybody across the whole United States and Canada, which that's going to be an issue as well with everything going on in the world with the virus. How are the Blue Jays going to be able to cross the border if the border? I think it's still open. I think maybe not. I don't remember. I don't know. There will be a trade deadline, but instead of it being July 31st, the last day of July, it's going to be August 31st. And players must be on a club's roster by September 15th to be eligible for postseason play. So they just moved the deadline back, and it looks like they moved the expanded roster for playoffs later by a couple weeks. So that's no big deal. Uh, to ease the help of competition, to help ease players into competition, each club will have a 30-man roster for the first 2 weeks of the season. So the first 2 weeks, the last week of the first or second week of August they'll have 30-man roster, and they'll go from a 28-man roster down to a 26 for the remainder of the season. And that's what it was supposed to be this season anyway. It's supposed to be a 26-man roster, if I'm not mistaken. One rule that's gotten some kickback is the extra innings rule that they implemented, that the minor leagues and the World Baseball Classic does, which is at the start of the inning and extras. So top of the 10th and later, whoever made the last out of the previous inning is going to be on second. I don't care for it. I understand why they're doing it. Try to keep games short so they don't go into 15, 16, 17 innings. You have that problem though anyway, because I mean you still got to be able to make contact and drive the guy home. And what I noticed, and the pitcher will be, that's an unearned run for the pitcher because he didn't give up the hit. But this year could see somebody pitch a perfect game and lose the game. I think. Yeah. I think. Not if I'm doing that right, I would think so. Position players pitching, there will be no such requirement for them. They can pitch. There was supposed to be a new restriction. They could only pitch in extra innings, but now they can pitch, if it's a 15-2 game, they can throw on the bench center fielder or something. The 3-batter minimum rule, which has been frowned upon, is it's staying in, and suspended games, so if the game gets cut short, they'll just make up the game at a later date rather than start at scratch. Now, how is baseball going to implement the health and safety of the players, the employees of the teams? Well, they kind of get into that in this. They say players, coaches, and support staff will be tested every other day during spring training, the regular season, and the postseason. So that's good. Players will receive temperature and system checks twice per day. Great. Players might get a little tired of that, but great. Kind of need to make sure they're not contaminating other people, infecting other people. What else? There'll be no pregame exchange of lineup cards. We already knew that. There'll be no celebratory contact, etc. of high fives, fist bumps, hugs. No spitting or chewing of tobacco and sunflower seeds. Chewing gum is allowed though, so that's surprising. I don't know. Is it because you can throw gum away? But I don't know. That's kind of weird. Fights are strictly prohibited. We knew the spitting, the chewing, the fights, and the contact and the exchange of lineup cards. We already knew that. This one looks like is a ball will be thrown out once it has been touched by multiple players. That's going to be interesting. You're going to be going through a lot of balls this season, and it's only going to be 4 months of the season, so it's going to be interesting. And instead of and for people that get injured during this season, it looks like there will be a 10-day injured list for all players. I didn't know that pitchers had a 15-day injured list and positional players had 10 days. That's interesting. And I probably assumed that'd be something to do with pitchers start every 5 days, usually. And the 60-day injured list will be reduced to 45 days. So that's interesting. And I'm glad baseball's finally getting this worked out. We'll have games starting in roughly a month from now for regular season. Spring training will be in a week or two, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a week from now. Yeah, about the beginning of July. Beginning of July. So, glad baseball's coming back. I'm glad they're finally getting worked this out. Problem, I'm not gonna like the upcoming collective bargaining agreement that's going to probably ruffle a lot of the feathers of the owners and the Players Association. But we don't need to worry about that right now. That's in the future. That's the end of the video. If you guys liked it, press the like button, subscribe down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. Like the video if you liked the video. Share this video with all your friends and buddies, and I will see you guys in the next video.